So I am not at all going to say that I am not a Lucas Raymond fan, but the way this contract is working out for the Detroit, or lack of contract, sorry, is working out for the Detroit Red Wings is pretty interesting to me. I mean, we have one player, Moritz Seider. I'm not going to be touching too much on Seider, although I believe he's an elite number one defenseman. He's really, really quite good. And then you have Lucas Raymond. Now, Raymond, according to Elliot Friedman, is looking for around Stützle money. So Stützle is the center winger in Ottawa, and he's really, really, really good. I mean, Ottawa Senators aren't good, but the 2 seasons ago he got 90 points. This last year he got 70 points. I'm not sure if Lucas Raymond is quite there. Stützle is a pretty damn good player playing on a pretty terrible team, in my opinion. But according to Elliot Friedman, he wants that amount of money. Now, Lucas Raymond, this last year and lately, has broken out quite a bit, and it is becoming the norm in the National Hockey League to pay players off of their entry-level deal. Now, I know when it comes to Leafs, for example, they have not really done that. Matthews has gotten a short-term deal. Now, Nylander actually did sign for a very fair amount, 8 years. But I think that the Detroit Red Wings are probably looking for a long-term contract, and they probably want to lock him up on a long-term contract. Now, if we just talk about Detroit as a team, they have been a really strange team to me, in my opinion, because I thought Yzerman was going to absolutely kill it with that team. I thought he was going to bring this team to the promised land, and he's made some pretty good moves. Some embers are out there with the rebuild, you know what I mean? Some young players, but he's also made some really strange moves, like, getting Justin Hall and just really, really strange type moves that I'm like, I don't know about that one. So I guess it's frustrating to not pay your young player what they're worth, right? Or what he perceives, at least Lucas Raymond perceives that he is worth. It is interesting, though, because once you look it up, I think Tim Stützle, actually, I'll put the information up on the screen right now, is only getting paid about $8.3 million. I mean, it's a lot of money. But for a player that can score about a point per game, that's really not that bad at all. I mean, that's pretty decent value. I'll take that all day. If Lucas Raymond would be willing to sign that on a long-term contract, is that so bad? I don't know. I'm kind of halfway stuck here between what I think on the player and the franchise, or does the player want, you never know, because sometimes the player might want a shorter extension, and if they want a shorter extension, you're like, okay, well, you're not getting the max amount of dollars, and that's the way a lot of franchises will think about it, right? This is the thing when it comes to Lucas Raymond. I might piss off some Red Wings fans here. He is not on the level of Stützle yet. I'm going to put up both of their stats, but Stützle is he's max 90 points before, he is in an upper class of Lucas Raymond. So if that is what he is using to compare to what he wants, I'm not sure if that's realistic. But if he was willing to sign that long term on a max deal, I wouldn't be that against that. You know what I mean? I'm not that against players signing that on max deals, because you're getting the player through his prime, and let's be clear, Lucas Raymond is really quite good, and he's going to grow on this season too. He's going to get better and better and better every year. He certainly hasn't been necessarily a player with a lot of size. He skates really well. He's a goal scorer, playmaker. He is a solidified top 6 player. Not to start camp with a player like that can be pretty devastating for your franchise, and we've seen you do not want to miss camp as a player. I've seen players do it, and you think it won't affect them, but it will, trust me. We've seen it with players like William Nylander and such, where they just are off the entire season, and the NHL is a type of, when you're a hockey player, you need to keep and get going. You can't just miss time, and it absolutely kills you. So this is another thing with the Red Wings where I'm a little bit nervous about Raymond missing time. But, man, I don't know, man. The Red Wings are a strange team to me. On one hand, you're like, wow, the rebuild is really going there. On another hand, they're kind of, I don't know what you would say, spinning their wheels where they just can't get it figured out, if you understand what I mean. So I would probably, honestly, if he wanted 8.3, in this video, I'm going to officially say that I would probably lean towards just giving Raymond the money, because at the end of the day, you can get him on a max 8-year deal. Do you really? I mean, I think Lucas Raymond's probably going to be a pretty solidified around point per game player throughout his career. So I wouldn't be against that. 8.3 for that. That's perfectly fine. Not only that, but then you can get your cap set. Now, Stevie Y, he will dig in his heels, though, right? So he's a tough negotiator. He plays hardball. So I don't know. This is a situation in Detroit that I'm really interested in. But hey, you know what? I'm going to leave the video there. I thought I'd just touch quickly on the Detroit lack of signings. If you could give me a like, comment, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm right. And other than that, guys, have a great rest of your day.